If you're a bivocational pastor, then this special flash episode is just for you. I'm Pete Mitchell, and in between our regular Church Planter podcast episodes, I'll be bringing you insight and ideas to help our bivo pastors have an easier and more profitable go at it. If you'd like more info on the training program specifically for bivocational pastors, you can check it out at missionbybusiness.com. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, then you might have heard my story. And by the way, guys, I'm actually driving on the road right now. I'm doing it with my headset. I'm trying to do this quick little podcast recording here because I had a really cool idea I wanted to share with you. But if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, then you've heard bits and pieces of my story. You know that basically over the last 8 months or so, I've lost about 95 pounds. And don't worry, I'm going to tie this back into business for those of you who are wondering where this is going. Now, interestingly enough, when I started down this journey, I did not know what I know today. I didn't know how most everything worked, like when it came to losing weight. I would venture to say that if you personally are overweight today, it is due in large part to the foods that you eat, not so much how much of them you eat. Like the whole calories in, calories out has been proven to be totally false, bad thinking, even though for years that's what we were told, right? It has more to do with what the food you actually eat, the macronutrients that you put into your body. Now, those of you who are skinny and you're like, yeah, no kidding, Pete, everyone knows that. Well, I didn't, so back off. No, but anyway, here's my point to this. So I've been working with my buddy Wayne. Wayne is a fitness coach. He's a ex-professional bodybuilder. He's won several competitions. I mean, so he knows his stuff. In fact, he likes to tell people, hey, look, when you're standing up on stage in front of 1,000 people wearing a really tiny brief, it has to work because everyone knows if it didn't work. Like, you can't hide. You can't fluff out a shirt. There's no shirt, right? You're a bodybuilder. That's what you do. And so anyway, thanks to his guidance, really thanks to his guidance, he guided me down from, I think 270 is when I reached out to him, maybe 275, all the way down to 200. And so anyway, but long story short, when you diet for that long a period of time, you're going to lower your basal metabolic rate, the rate at which your body burns calories, just to live, just to survive. All right, your body will adjust and it will lower it. It has to lower it. It's not going to keep it up high because you've just been dieting for so long. It's going to go, hey, look, you know what? We're not getting in more calories. So we need to adjust things so we don't waste away to nothing. And so here's the thing. Even though I hit 200, I knew I still had, at least 20, 25 pounds of fat that I still wanted to get rid of. But it also becomes really, really difficult because your basal metabolic rate has been lowered. And so, I mean, it almost like didn't even matter like how much calories I would cut or anything like that. It was like, it just, I've reached a point now where my body is like, it's going to take forever to keep losing the weight that I want to lose. And here's kind of a side thing, if you want to call it that happens with this. So I've always been a big guy. My entire life, always been a big guy. And now I feel small, right? I'm like, dude, I actually don't feel very big. I mean, literally my under t-shirt, I used to wear 2XL, now I wear larges, right? I mean, that's a huge, huge change to go through there. So in talking with Wayne, we're like, okay, what's the right move to make? What would be the best move to make in this situation? So we both kind of arrived at this decision, hey, why don't you spend, 2 to 4 months in a mass building phase, literally doing the exact opposite of what you have been doing. And we're going to dramatically increase your caloric intake. And we're going to, I haven't been to the gym in 20 years. like losing the 95 pounds, you don't actually have to go to the gym for any of that. Now, obviously there's health benefits to exercise and things like that. And we did exercise. We actually exercised right there in my office. We did what's called metabolic conditioning. And, but he's like, look, if you want to gain muscle, we're going to change your diet dramatically. We're going to dramatically increase your caloric intake. So I was about 1,800 calories a day. And now I'm between 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day, right? So huge increase when you go from 1,800. In fact, I would say eating is like a part-time job for me right now. I'm literally eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. Of course, I was always eating 2.5 to 3 hours on the losing of the weight, except now they're like big, huge meals as opposed to just like, little caloric meals. So, and I got to point to this. I'm going to bring it back around. Stick with me, guys. Stick with me. I'm actually driving to pick up my son from church, so I got to get to this before I get to church, the point that I have for you. So he's like, look, if you do this workout, and he literally gave me the workout that he wanted me to do. And I'm looking at it going, look, I used to do weightlifting in college. This doesn't look like very much. He's like, trust me, you do this workout combined with that nutritional plan, and we're going to get a certain result. And I can honestly tell you, it's like crazy, right? Because I am packing on muscle like it's going out of style. And it's the weirdest thing in the world to me, because I'm like, is this real? Like, seriously, is this real? And he's like, look, this is just how the body works. In fact, one of the lines he said to me that really caught my attention, he goes, look, you don't get to break the laws of physics just because it seems strange to you, or you don't like it, or you have another thought about it, or whatever. He goes, but the laws of physics are the laws of physics. Same principles apply to losing weight as gaining muscle. Like, if you do certain things, eat certain things, work out a certain way, take the right supplementation, he's like, there is a expected result because it's the laws of physics. It's the way the human body was designed. It's what's going to happen. And and by the way, guys, that's really comforting to someone like me who's like, is this going to work? Am I just going to put on fat again, right? Because, that's like, I think every fat guy's fear is, okay, well, now you're just going to put on fat. Except that it's like I said, it's the funniest thing, man. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, good night, man. I got like shoulders again. I got biceps. I got triceps. Like, I'm doing dips today. Like, they're nothing. Like, literally just doing bar dips. Like nothing, right? I mean, it was crazy. And it's like that's just the way that it works. It's the way the human body works. And the reason why I bring that up and how I tie that back to business is it's the same thing when it comes to marketing. So if you're bivocational and you've got to get any type of client or business in your business, I don't care if you're a real estate agent, financial planner, insurance agent, anything, you don't get to break the laws of marketing, if you will. If you're like, hey, you know what, Pete, I've done this direct mail thing in the past and it never works. Direct mail never works. Usually it's because you didn't do it correctly. It's kind of like me if I were to say, oh, you know what, these diets don't work. Well, it's because you were eating the wrong foods. It's not that the diets don't work. It's that you didn't do the right diet. You didn't do it the right way. You didn't eat the right foods. You didn't do it at the right times. You didn't, all that kind of stuff. It's the same thing when it comes to marketing, whether you do it in your own business or you do it for other people's businesses. Like if you're a marketing strategist, which is what I train bivocational pastors to do. In fact, if you want to check out that training, head on over to missionbybusiness.com. Got to do my shameless plug for that. Got a free training up over there. You can check it out. But I basically show bivocational pastors, here's how you can be a marketing strategist and the income that this can produce for you and your family. But my point is, you don't get to break the laws of marketing, the laws of business. There are certain things that if we do them, we know we're going to get a certain result. Marketing is one of those things that when you learn how to market effectively, it is like having an ATM on your front porch. Because anytime you need more money, if I run this ad in this medium or publication, I'm going to get this many calls, and that many calls is going to equal that much business. Like, you know your numbers. If you ever watch Shark Tank, I'm a huge fan of Shark Tank. One of the things that they're always just harping on the entrepreneurs about is you have to know your numbers. And when you know your numbers, it makes life easy. I can go into literally any business on the planet and talk with them for a few minutes, basically find out what is their sales process today. And then if they have a successful sales process, then it's really easy for me to figure out how to get them more business, because I already know how to do the marketing stuff, right? Like, I know if I run this type of Facebook ad or this Google ad or this direct mail piece, I can drive more people into their sales process. Like, it just depends on what their sales process is, and that kind of determines for me, what medium do I want to use. But my point is, you don't get to break the laws of physics. Like they're laws. It just, you do certain things, you're going to get a certain result. So if you are struggling in your business, where you're like, I need more clients, you need more clients because you're not following the laws of marketing. It's like me before I understood the role of nutrition in your diet and how that affects body weight, both gaining muscle or in losing fat. I didn't know. And so I would just, it's just genetics, I'm genetically cursed, I'm, whatever. The reality is none of that it was true. I just didn't know the rules. I didn't know how it worked. Now that I know how it works, life for me has totally changed, completely changed. And I want to encourage you, if you're a bivocational pastor, you need to learn those rules if you don't know them now for your business. You need to learn how marketing works so you can get that ATM on your front porch and not have to worry about business. Imagine what your life would be like if you didn't have to worry about where your next client was going to come from. If you knew you had a system in place to get more business. It would make your life completely different, wouldn't it? Especially as a bivocational pastor. You wouldn't have to worry about money so much, and you could focus on your family and your ministry a lot more. So I want to encourage you, again, if you're a bivocational pastor, I got a free training up at missionbybusiness.com. Head on over there, check it out. I'll even let you know ahead of time, the program that I offer on there is 3 payments of $1,000. And I'm going to tell you that now before you even get to it, because figure, why not? Might as well go check it out, because you're going to learn a lot of great stuff about business and how it works in getting more clients and things of that nature. So it'll help your business considerably. So go check it out, missionbybusiness.com. I also walk you through the whole marketing strategist program that I've got. And after you watch it, man, if you're like, hey, this looks like something I might be interested in, then I'm going to invite you to set a call with me. And, I'll just hop on the phone. I won't let you buy into the program or anything like that on the phone. It's not a sales call. It's literally just a time for us to get some answers from each other. You from me and me from you. And let's see if it's a good fit. If it is, cool. If it's not, no problem. At least now we know for sure. So again, I'm going to encourage you, head on over to missionbybusiness.com and check it out. Thanks so much, guys. I'm here at the church. I got to go pick up my son. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.